The mess that Epic created still continues to upset tons of Fortnite players, and especially pro players who are just days and weeks away from the biggest tournament we have ever seen in gaming, where $100 million is on the line for the World Cup. This tournament has to be perfect, as it will be seen by millions, and many of us are afraid that Fortnite is just not ready for it. Pro players are so mad that they are threatening to quit after the World Cup, and some even want to quit before it to show that Fortnite is successful because of the players who play it, and that they need to listen. I'm your second favorite PE teacher, Denver. Click like and subscribe right now, and check out what Fortnite did just this morning. A new patch came out today, and Fortnite said we deployed a hotfix reducing the health of the baller from 300 to 200. Get full details here. So good, right? I mean, even though we might love the ballers in public games, pro players have been yelling, screaming to fix the ballers or get rid of them, because every end game is a mess of people in like 10 ballers getting an almost free win, because if you stick your head out to shoot them, you'll get lasered. Anyway, the Reddit post that Epic linked to said something that has us scratching our heads yet again. They said, we said we would add the ability to shoot through the glass of ballers in a future update. We've played with shooting through glass, and it didn't feel like the right solution. Now, maybe not a huge deal. You can't shoot through glass, so what? To pros, this is the biggest deal, because 100 health isn't the problem here. It's that the people inside are practically invulnerable. Epic said a while ago that they would make it so you can shoot inside whoever's inside the ball, just like the quad, the planes, the drip board. All these have good mobility, and the counter is that you can get shot. As you guys probably know, the ballers are super OP because you can't even get hit by stink bombs while inside, let alone shot at. And then the plunger, the fact you can destroy buildings too. I mean, these things are just so strong. Pros are terrified of seeing them in the World Cup with so much money on the line. Nick Mertz and fellow pro player Kenneth were arguing about this on Twitter when Kenneth put this tweet out. He said, "How is dropping HP by 100 any better than being able to shoot through the glass? Would much rather have shootable ballers." Then Nick Mertz replied and tried to stay positive with this, saying, "It's still a decent nerf, should be able to laser him pretty quick. We all want him gone, but this is a small step forward, no?" It's good to notice that Epic actually listened to the community here and the pro players that bring so much hype into the game, but is a small step forward enough? Kenneth wrote back, "Compared to the promised shoot through ballers, this is a step backwards." They said they're no longer doing that. Now, he's right though. Epic said they were going to implement shooting through ballers like it was going to happen. Not that they were testing it, so I wonder what they found where they decided to just outright cancel it. Promised, maybe, but pros found comfort in the fact that they had a counter to all the ballers in endgame coming soon. So Nick wrote back, he said, "Didn't know they were no longer doing that. I guess he didn't read the patch notes yet." He said, "That's kind of whack, but to be honest, I think it's still a little W, better than 300 HP. Feel you though." So in like a few Twitter replies, even Nick, who's trying to stay positive, calls it whack for Epic to go back on what they said. Kenneth got back with, "Small step forward for sure, but there's still another mile of walking till the finish line." And then Nick Mertz hits him with this, "Should just disable them until they find a real balance. Too close to World Cup for this nonsense." And I agree. I think it's way too close to a $100 million tournament to have something in the game that will have such a huge impact on endgame. If they keep ballers in, just wait until you see the endgame in these matches, guys. It's going to be a mess of ballers and a few guys who are unlucky enough to not get a baller surviving till the last shrinking circle. It's going to be embarrassing because every game will pretty much have the same ending if they don't fix this fast. You guys know me, I try to see both sides on every topic in all my videos, but this one just seems like Epic needs to remove ballers from competitive play before World Cup, then bring them back if you want to until you can find a better solution. Anyway, the Reddit comments were actually kind of supportive this time because after all, Epic did do something that kind of helps us out a little bit for once. AfroPS on Reddit said, "Epic, the solution to all your problems is just balancing casual and competitive playlists separately. You can include all the fun items, the ballers, the grapplers, etc. in pubs, as long as a separate playlist of weapons, vehicles, and consumables are put in place for competitive modes like Arena and the upcoming World Cup. This is what a lot of games do. Let the normal public play mode just be chaos, imbalance, and fun. And now we have arena mode where they can just remove items, balance weapons and items, and try to put people who want to be a pro player at Fortnite on a level playing field. Not just whoever drops in a baller first has a way better chance to win. User Rinsa said, a step in the right direction. Now please run. So like Kenneth said, a step at this point, it doesn't help. They need to be scrambling, trying to get this fixed before they embarrass themselves at World Cup. User Daikyo makes it simple. He says, just remove ballers from competitive. That's all that needs to be done here. And I can't say I disagree. Why even keep them? Why even keep them? Like, I don't get why. Leave me a comment or something, guys. Tell me why they would even keep them in competitive and for World Cup. Maybe I'm just missing something. So anyways, Dakotaz is still dying over what Epic is doing in this game. He tweeted out, I hate to be that guy. I want to be positive for all of you, but these patch notes are extremely disappointing. I'll try my best to smile. And 11,500 people liked it, which is huge for a single tweet. Scissors replied to this and said, I can't play Fortnite consistently every day anymore. I don't know how you do it. So do you guys agree with Scissors and Dakotaz? Like, you just can't seem to enjoy the game as much anymore. Daequan even tweeted out and said, I get nothing but disappointment 99% of the times I read patch notes for Fortnite. And honestly, that sucks when some of your biggest entertainers and creators in your game are so fed up and sad with what you're doing to the game that they are just constantly disappointed by you. So it might be time to change things up and try a new approach, Epic. Pro Fortnite player Nix, who plays for Obey, he said this, I just feel sad at this point. Fortnite isn't going to listen no matter what the community says. The people replying to the tweets are the people playing every day and care about the game. They have their own agenda and they're sticking to it. But you can't see a single Fortnite tweet these days without tons and tons of tweets saying revert or some form of fix your game, and the only thing we got from them in the last however long is to lower baller health from 300 to 200. For you guys who thought, wow, they do something good for us and then you guys are still complaining, this is why. If I throw a bunch of rocks at you and then I throw a pillow at you or something, are you supposed to be happy towards me because I threw a pillow at you? It's a stupid analogy, I know, but maybe you get the point. But speaking of throwing rocks, maybe you heard, maybe you haven't yet, but get ready for this. Planes are probably coming back to Fortnite. Deep breaths. In and out. I know, honestly, I don't mind planes personally because I just like being able to fly in games. I think it's actually kind of cool, but seriously, how annoying were these things? Epic heard for months to remove them, and then they finally took them out, and now they are apparently bringing them right back. I swear these guys just want to make the community mad. But anyways, FNBRHQ tweeted out this, saying planes will be making a return due to one of the week 8 challenges. And yeah, they spelled challenges wrong, but whatever. This is some pretty big news. Are you guys excited to see them come back? Are you angry? Or maybe like me, just excited to see how much chaos this will cause in the community towards Epic. Now, back to pros quitting though. Look at this tweet from TSM Sid, who apparently changed his Twitter name to I just want to play a real esport. He said, can't wait to quit after World Cup. And Face Tempo replied and said, stay strong, brother. You got this, with this face under it, which seems like a pretty good representation of how almost every single pro feels. Myth, love him or hate him, has always been pretty positive towards Epic, is another guy to voice his concern over what is happening. On Twitter, he put out a big time tweet to Epic saying, every week I get more worried and more anxious about Fortnite's success in being a competitive player. This is nothing but exhausting and I have no idea what they're doing anymore. Anytime I see one of these tweets from a well-known name in the community, I always wonder what Epic's offices are like and how they respond to this stuff. Every tweet and post you put out there filled with negativity, disagreement from your own community, and then you just ignore them and keep doing whatever you want to do. The question keeps going back to, does Epic know what they are doing and what is best for us from their experience in game development? And honestly, that could be possible. Maybe they know better than us. I don't know. I've never built a multi-billion-dollar game. Or is the massive majority of the community right? FaZe Thieves just tweeted out, you're killing your own game. Just listen to the community, please. Ghost Issa, I think it's Issa, said, you guys aren't good at this. Ouch. Marto's put out a gif of a crying baby. This is just one after another of people who want to just love your game and play it forever, and you are not letting them. Ghost Aiden just said L. on their recent patch notes tweets. Simple, effective, just one big L. Daisy Michelle said, Dylan Hawk said, y'all suck, bruh. And Coast Cronky, a SpongeBob gif of everything on fire and burning down. A game that could last for years and even decades is shooting itself in the foot after just like a year and a half, and almost like they are trying to fail. Honestly, the more you think about it, is money the only reason any of these pros and content creators are staying? Apex got massive really quickly, and what does Epic do? Here is 4 times the supported creator money just to bring back all the pros that switched. Game going downhill with every new change? No problem. Just hold your pros hostage with a $100 million tournament. I'm curious to see what they do after the tournament, because pros definitely won't sit through this for nothing. If the fun is gone and then they take the money away too, what is keeping any of these pros playing? You guys who might be saying, well, so what? Let the pros leave and finally they can stop whining. Remember that most popular games had people that made the game popular, not just the game itself. There are a ton of really good games out there nobody has heard about and won't ever be extremely successful because streamers and creators and influencers never played it and made it known. Fortnite grew fast not only because the game was new and fun, but because of the people that made it famous as well, like Ninja, Myth, Summit, Dakotaz, Daequan, a bunch of these early content creators that had amazing clips and highlights. Actually, FaZe Avery had an awesome tweet about this, and he said, Fortnite blew up from insane clips from viewership. Without mats and HP per kill, I haven't seen any pub clips worth watching. The viewership is going to die on Fortnite. Throwing money on trash events will only work for so long. Sorry, Epic. Love you guys, but speak up. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think it's something Epic needs to pay attention to. If you lose your creators and influencers, you lose their fans too. It's just none of this is looking good. And you guys know by now, I don't make any like fake drama. If I make a video about something, it's because I think it's a big problem and needs more attention. Follow me on Twitter at thatdenverguyTV and Twitch, thatdenverguy. If you guys want to see me play, ask me some questions, who I am as a person outside of these YouTube videos, like and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, guys. Always tell me in the comments what you think. I try to read as many as I can. I even put one on Twitter the other day that I was really just happy to see. And thank you guys for leaving really good comments sometimes. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Love, Denver.